Welcome to the Usually Best of Friends podcast. I'm your co-host, Julissa, and right in front of me we have...
Abraham.
And we have very special guests today. Next to me, go ahead and introduce yourself. Who's next to me?
Randy Luna.
And diagonal from me we have...
Cristal or Chris.
Crystal Ochoa. On today's episode, we're actually going to speak about what it's like to make friends as an adult.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since we're all of age already, unfortunately. Wait, let me ask you. What age do you think you started considering yourself as an adult?
Not yet. I'm still working.
Wait, I feel the same way.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, well, I'm turning 27 this year, so I feel like once I hit 27, it's gonna like hit me like, whoa,
It
I'm
doesn't
an
hit you,
adult.
Chris. It doesn't hit you.
Well, that's what I think. I don't know.
As the 30-year-olds.
Dang, you're calling me 30. Todavía me falta un año. Cuidado. No, I feel the same, to be honest.
Not an adult?
Well, I have responsibilities now, which is the difference. I guess that's what makes us an adult.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a homeowner, so
Yeah.
maybe that didn't hit you. You're an adult.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's like, I've always had to pay to live, though,
For real.
at this point. The difference is that now he just doesn't have roommates.
For real.
No.
No.
What about you, Abraham? Has it hit you that we're
No.
actually adults?
I still feel like I'm a teenager, you know.
Me too.
Like, haven't figured my life out.
And then especially in this setting, it's going to be really hard to feel like adults with you guys sitting in front of me.
Going through a midlife crisis and everything.
Wait, how do you go from not feeling to adult to a midlife
I'm just
crisis?
messing with it.
No, but she's not wrong. I had my first midlife crisis when I turned 21 on my 21st birthday.
What?
And it's not, well, I guess what, quarter life crisis?
Yeah.
I was so sad. I was like, I'm supposed to be super happy that I'm of legal age. But to us, turning 21 doesn't mean much.
Yeah, no.
When I was 21, I came from the United States.
No, you came to the United States.
To the United States. And that's when I became an adult.
Dang.
A while ago, but still became an adult.
Wait, no, tell us. Elaborate on that.
Well, I was
Where did you
a
come
mess.
from? Let's start from there.
Colombia, and I used to party a lot, and I was just a disaster, to be honest with you. But when I came here, I got my first job. So
Wait, tell us. That's
Wait,
so...
yeah, I want to know your first job.
Yeah.
my first job was at Subway.
Hey, eat fresh.
I used to get free sandwiches, which
Nice.
is great.
Dude, and he's still obsessed with Subway. I just want to say that.
Subway's bro.
It's mid.
No, I like Subway rather
It
than
depends.
Jimmy John's. You guys
Jimmy
don't
John's?
attack me. I don't like Jimmy John's. I
It
like
depends on
Subway.
what Subway you go.
Neither does Randy.
Because some suck and some are like, they smack.
Yeah, some just
Like the ones at Walmart always are so bad.
yeah. They just put like one piece of cheese and one piece of meat.
He's offended.
No,
He's like, I don't know who taught them, but it wasn't me.
for real.
That's so funny.
But yeah,
What's your Subway order, Randy?
turkey sandwich doesn't fail. Extra mayonnaise,
And
giardiniera.
yeah, how do you pronounce that?
I don't know.
Jardinera.
Jardinier.
Giardiniera.
I have no idea.
It's chilitos, like chilitos and vinagre.
Oh.
Peppers, yeah.
Yeah. What's your Subway order?
I would say the spicy Italian.
Ooh, the meatball. Oh,
No, the one with the salami, pepperoni, and
that
then
one's good.
chipotle.
Yeah, it's good.
So Abraham, tell us what's your Subway order?
I don't think I have like a main one. I think my go-to is probably the meatball marinara. But sometimes they don't taste as good.
Yeah.
But that's okay. 'Cause I feel like they sit out like for a long time. Just sitting there.
Well, I mean, when you order a sandwich from Subway, you're supposed to eat it right away.
No, I'm talking about the meatballs. I feel like they reuse them like de un día al otro.
Oh.
That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, you can't go wrong with any Subway.
Yes, you can.
Like which one?
All of them. I don't like Subway. I think
Oh,
that...
no, I'm talking about like sub.
Oh.
Like
Like
from
a
anywhere.
sandwich. No, I think that the combination of vegetables that they have at Subway makes the sandwich taste like trash.
because it's
Subway.
not fresh.
not like trash, like that's trash. No, like actual basura. Like it tastes, the combination's just not good.
What do you mean? They have every veggie available.
Right. And when you eat
So
all,
what veggies do you need?
just, I don't know. I feel like sometimes, like, okay, let's say you go to Subway and you ask for a turkey sandwich, right? Something plain. And then they're like, what veggies? Oh, I want everything. You just made a garbage sandwich.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
I get the pizza from
The
Subway.
I've never had the
good.
pizza from
Yeah, I've
Subway.
never
They're really
had those.
good.
It's
It's
good.
good?
Yeah.
And you can get all the veggies on
Can
there.
I get anxiety like thinking about ordering like a pizza. Like, can I get a pizza? That makes me anxious.
But you literally just order it and they'll
yeah,
make it
but-
for you. That's
okay.
it.
And they're
Your life is
fresh.
good, Chris, because you don't get anxiety.
No, I'm just saying.
No, seriously, it just like makes me like uncomfortable, you know?
To order something like,
Yeah, that's like out of my norm.
Or just to order in general.
Yeah, true.
So you're one of those people then that they go to the restaurant and they don't need the menu. They already know what to get.
Yeah, most of the time it's just like, oh. Or like, since I go to one by my job, like they usually know what I get. So it's like, yeah, the usual. I'm one of those
You
guys.
get there y ya lo tienen preparado.
Yeah, no, that'd be nice, but I
No.
still don't order.
no, let me tell you guys the kind of like anxious person that Abraham is when he goes to Olive Garden and they ask
That was one time.
and they ask him, "Do you want soup or salad?" He says, "I'll take the super salad."
Uy, no, esa cuál es.
No,
But that's on them.
that looks like something. That sounds like something you'd do too, though.
I don't know. I'm dumb, but not that. No está
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's like, well, yeah, I'll have that.
No,
bien.
They should just say salad or soup. That's on them.
I agree.
That's true.
Why do you guys say super salad? They just want to make fun of me. They probably go to the back and like, yeah, that guy said he wants one.
No, seriously. Oh my gosh, what were we talking about at the beginning? I completely lost track
We're
of what we were
just,
saying.
I guess, introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
I think that was basically it.
Did everybody
Right.
get to introduce themselves?
No.
Yeah.
We went from Randy to Subway.
It's
So
'cause-
Chris,
Oh, it's
I
because he was
was-
talking about like
his first job.
back
Oh,
in
yeah.
the days.
That's a good job, though.
Oh, that if we feel that
old.
yeah, there you go. If we're an adult or not.
True.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
but we had moved on from that. Huh?
No, because he said that when he moved here from Colombia at 21, that's when he felt like an adult because he became an adult.
Okay, yeah.
And I got my first job at Subway.
Yeah, that's how we got there.
How
Yep.
can, wait, let's talk about somebody else that got their first job rather adulty, Chris. You got your first job in college, right?
Yeah,
Tell
no,
us.
that was my first job. I was around 18, 19.
I guess it's not that old.
No, like 19. I would say 19. I would say. So yeah, my first job was at college, basically working at the counseling department, the receptionist, taking in students, taking their appointments to see their counselors and whatnot. It was pretty chill, honestly, because across from the department, I had my friends. They would work at Campus Life. So whenever I would sneak out of my work and just go over them and visit my friends, and then I would stay there for a good amount of time, and then you see my boss trying to look for me. So I'm like, oh my God, let me go sneak back in. It was pretty awesome.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Did they pay you when you work for campus? Do they pay you, or do they just take it off your tuition?
No, they would actually pay you, but the different thing was that they would pay you every month. So you know how in regular jobs they would pay you every 2 weeks. With this one, they would pay you like every month. So let's say, for example, every 25th of the month, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would literally have to wait a whole month for my paycheck.
Yeah. Dang.
Which it has its pros and cons because you learn how to manage your money wisely. But then there's times where I'm like, I really need to buy this, and I have to wait for the
3
paycheck.
weeks because she spent it all in 1 week.
There's been times where that has happened. I'm like, dang.
Dang.
Well,
But yeah,
that's college life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess since we're talking about your adult life, and we already went on to first job, so let's talk about that. My first job was where? Hold on, let me think about it.
Your debit.
We don't talk about that. No, it was. Yeah, it was at the accounting firm. It was, I think, during tax season. Every tax season, they would ask anyone in our family who was around our age, like, 15.
Free labor.
Yeah, no, not a free labor, but like $2 an hour kind of labor.
Dang.
And we would just help with like little paperwork things, like
Yeah, easy
organization.
little things.
Yeah. And then I worked with Eric, so that was fun.
No, that makes sense.
Every day after school,
It
we'd
was
go work.
it was never boring.
No, it was always really fun. And then my mom worked there at the time, I think, as well.
And what was this when they were still on Broadway?
Yes.
Damn, that's throwback.
Yeah, I was a freshman in.
Really?
Oh, well, when I worked with Eric, I was a freshman, but I did work at that job before, like when I was younger,
Yeah.
but just like a couple hours a week. ¿Y tú? What was your first job? I don't even remember when your first job was, Abraham.
But she was with you too.
At the office?
Yeah, it was when she was on. That like where Hidden Cruises.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I would just like sit there and tape stuff to papers.
So we
Literally.
we're all just professional tapers.
Yeah, I don't know why she did that. It was kind of weird.
It's accounting. It's for the accounting
Yeah, but why did to tape them?
organize.
Yeah, but that was my first job. I worked with Anita.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
just me and Anita would be chilling.
dude, Anita's cool.
Yeah, she was cool.
Dang.
And then she moved to like where your DSA is now. And then
Oh.
that's where
That's when we started working with her.
Yeah.
Well, me and Eric together.
I remember Vicky and Eric would help her during tax season.
Yeah.
So, like I would see them, but she would lock me up in the attic
Oh,
in a little
see?
corner,
Oh,
taping receipts.
She didn't want us all to be together because
Oh,
we were
yeah.
disastrous.
And yeah, makes sense.
But yeah,
It's
we're
funny.
all going to her for our first job. Dude, that's fun. And then we went from there to working at the grocery store together. Wait, we
Well,
worked
actually, I
together
had
a lot
Yeah, we did.
for years.
When you always get fired. And then she would bring you back.
We don't have to talk about that. If we counted the amount of times that I got fired from those jobs,
For real.
it's fine. Whatever.
She'll call you back one day.
No.
You really like that?
He's like, not on my watch.
He's forbidding it.
He's like, I'll get a third job before she goes back there.
You have to cut all that out. Or at least bleep.
I'm not cutting nothing out. I'm leaving it in here.
Funny.
No, but my first real job was at the outlet mall, like without family, away from family.
Wasn't it the bank?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, because I worked at the bank in college. And I worked, like in high school, I did work like 10 hours a week at a store called Van Heusen at the mall.
I don't remember.
It
this.
lasted like a month. That's why.
Really?
Maybe less. Dude, I hated that job.
Why?
I will not say it on this podcast.
No, now you gotta say
No,
it.
I can't.
Why?
I
You
can't.
get sued?
No, it's really mean. I'll tell you guys later.
Now you gotta tell
I
us.
can't.
Why?
It smelled bad in there, okay? It smelled really bad
Dang, that's
all the time.
Well, why?
Because people in the dressing room, I don't know if like
Ew.
our dressing
Did we do stuff in
I don't know if our dressing room specifically, but like it smelled like armpits every day and like
Wait,
booty
what's
hole.
Van Heusen? That's like clothes, no?
Yeah, close.
So they would like try things on and
Yeah, and
Be
it
musty?
it smelled musty, really, like really musty.
Must be
Yeah.
dusty.
Yeah,
for like the whole store or just like the back?
just the back.
And that's where you worked?
No, I mean we worked everywhere, but just like that.
Just going in there and
Knowing that we had to
Like
clean,
they end up
especially
going
I mean, you guys know how it gets in the outlet mall on the weekends.
oh yeah, against
People, and we only had like 1 or 2 dressing rooms. It wasn't like some of those stores that have like 4
Yeah.
or 5. It was like 1 or 2. So like the people would grab all their family, all the things that they want to try it on, and leave it all stinky and on the floor, and then we have to.
Ew.
Was
pick
it
it
during
up.
like summer?
Yeah,
That makes sense then, because you're like walking around. It's an outdoor mall.
I know, but it's
You go in
inconsiderate.
and it's just like you smell. It's
No,
sweaty.
but what do you think that if you work at not work, if you go to Van Heusen, which is such a random store to go to, like you should know your size. Stop trying things on. Like it's not the typical, oh, let's just stop by at no. You have to be a specific type of person to go there. Like you should know your size.
But it's like a fancy store, no? Or is it not?
I mean, that's not the taste that it left in my mouth.
It's not Van Heusen?
It's like I mean, they sell polos, like some dressy clothes,
Yeah.
but it's not fancy, I wouldn't say.
No. It just sounds fancy.
No, it's not. I mean, okay, it's not like sweatshirts and sweatpants.
Yeah.
You will
like
find
dress up.
slacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like office clothes.
I
Like
think I had like a couple.
a
dress
more
shirts.
mature Old Navy, I would say.
Okay.
So it's a very uniformy.
That's what you
Yeah.
couldn't say? That it stank in there?
Can we just leave it to just drop it? There's more to say that I will not say.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
But anyway, all right. Let's get into today's topic, okay? We're talking about what are we talking
Goodness me.
Making friends
Making-
as adults.
about? Yes, making friends as
Stop
adults.
slamming stuff.
Sorry, I'm.
I thought that was it.
I thought we were done.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
And just for that, you're gonna start us off, Randy, because you're the most adult here,
Okay.
based on actual like life experience and your age, which I won't out if you don't want me to. But now that we're adults, do you guys find it harder to make friends now that we're not in high school and around a lot of people all the time? Start us off.
Yeah, I think it's harder, and like, yeah, it's harder definitely unless like you have like a job that you go there every day. Because I work from home, so if you have to go to like a workstation or something like that, you can possibly find some friends, but it is definitely harder just because. When you're at school or college, like you see them like every day, and you have to like study, and there's more into it, and then like you want to do stuff, so there's more interaction.
Let's.
So, yeah, it's definitely harder. It's not impossible, but because I've made friends like when I was pretty much an adult. You guys, but yeah. It's hard, but not impossible.
I think it's not too bad, but I have a comment to make about you, but we'll let Chris go first.
No, I kind of relate to what Randy says. It is. I would say it is hard now, at the age I'm at, because I'm also working at a job, and it's mainly adults. There's very few
People your age.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, of course, I'll talk to them and everything, but it's not like you can make friends with them. That's pretty weird.
It's not like you want to
invite
whatever her name is out for coffee.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. These people are nice, but as friends, it's pretty hard. I would say I would relate to more like, I know it's kind of weird, like at the age I'm at, but more like young adults type of group.
Yeah.
Because I, at the same time, feel like I'm a teenager at heart, even though I don't look like it, or by my age, I'm not a teenager. But I feel like
Borderline 27 years old and is calling herself a teenager.
at heart.
You and me both. Don't worry.
Yeah. But no, yes. Going back to that question, in this generation, yes, it is hard to make friends.
Now that
as an
we're
adult.
adults.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree that it can be difficult. I think there are definitely things like that we can do as adults now that maybe we didn't do when we were younger, that maybe we don't do because we go to church, that can make you have friends.
Yeah.
Like partying and going to the club. I think like that's what adults do to make friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Socialize.
Yeah.
Go
And
to bars.
yeah, go to bars but that it's questionable behavior to me because I've never been to a bar, so you'll have to correct my etiquette or educate us later. But leaving aside the bars, where can we make friends now that we're adults that we don't need to be under the influence of something at? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where do you go? Where do you want to make
Like
friends?
us as Christians.
I mean, just people in general, because I feel
just
like
church. It's easy.
Yeah, it's only. I think it's just like either church or college because, like, first, I'm a great example of like of what she's talking about because
I thought he was going to say I'm a great guy.
no,
Is not.
He is, but I didn't think you'd say it. Give us your example. Give it. Sorry.
Well, I came from Colombia and I had obviously no friends here, and like I went to college and everything, and I barely like have one or two friends, and I met a lot of people and I went to them with like at bars and stuff, but like they not like it was just that, you know. And like once you like leave that aside or like we don't do nothing much.
Yeah, like once you stopped drinking with them, there's nothing else to do with them.
Yeah, and so like if we meet them like at church or in like my one or two friends that I have are from college and like that's literally it. So like it's really hard. Well, for me I couldn't do it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was my phone.
We're going to leave it there. Well, I guess before we elaborate on that, Abraham, let us know. When was the last time that you made an adult friend?
Well, probably Randy and Chris.
Oh, now he wants. Now he
Well,
wants.
yeah. Well, okay. Let me explain why I didn't say Randy. Because I think Randy's like friendship and Chris's, I think they both fit in this. Like it was so organic.
Right.
Like I
That's
didn't have to put an effort. So that's why we said like, oh, I had to put an effort. Like last person I had to put an effort was probably like Mario.
Yeah.
Like where I had to reach out. And like with them too, I feel like since like they were accepted into my friends group,
Yeah.
like it was easier for me to accept them.
That's
Right.
true. Because before Chris and Randy, our friend group was like tight, like
Yeah.
tiny. And so Mario kind of had to like introduce himself.
Yeah.
And that's when it started being created. And then like it was pretty strong and pretty big. And then Chris comes in and it's like, okay, Chris, everybody, this is Chris. Instead of like, Chris, this is everybody. And same with you. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say Chris and Randy.
If anything, it was more awkward for you guys to walk into somebody like a group that's already so solid,
Yeah.
and you're like, where do I fit in here?
Yeah, that, I mean, honestly, that could be kind of intimidating in the beginning because, like, oh, dang. But no, I could say, like, for Abraham, for example, I knew him, like, even back in the years, but I wouldn't say at that time I would have conversations or talk to him. I would just be like, hey, or how's it going? But now I could feel like I can, like, bully him, and then he's okay with it. And then vice versa. He could bully me, and I don't have any problems with it. So I feel like our friendship in that aspect has grown into more.
Yeah.
I agree. I think bullying is the ultimate, the determining factor on whether or not somebody in this friend group can stay.
Yeah.
Because if you make it awkward, like if I tell you you're ugly and you like actually get mad, we're gonna have a problem. Just like if you tell me that I have what did you say that I'm not gonna let go of? But Vicky said about Randy, that some friends are exhausting.
Oh,
Dang, that's bogus.
Mentally draining.
No, they told you and I that we were mentally draining,
What?
but it's fine. It's fine.
Fun.
Okay, but then you know what? That made me think. When Randy was talking about making friends in college, that all he had in common or all they did together was drink and party, and then once they stopped doing that, they're no longer there. That's actually true for any setting that you meet friends in.
Explain.
yeah, like, what do you mean?
Well, the one that makes the most sense to us is church. But once people, I feel like a lot of people that aren't our friends anymore, like if we ever were to bring them back and talk to them, they would say that once they decided to not do church anymore, that they lost us.
I wouldn't say that's true.
Not all of
For
them.
me.
Yeah, not for you, but I feel like a lot would say that. No?
I can agree with that.
Because
Yeah.
at least when we were younger, I feel like we didn't do well, okay, you're the outlier, Abraham, because I can think of one specific person that stopped doing church that you're super close to, but think of everybody else that you don't talk to. Or the rest of us don't talk to. I feel like as I was younger at least, I feel like I didn't do a very good job at keeping in touch with people that decided not to live the way that we were living, and I feel kind of bad for that. But now that I'm an adult, like I try to actively, like if people decide to step away or do something different, I'm actively trying to still be there for them, because I don't want that one thing that we had in common to be the only reason that we talk. But a lot of people that decided not to go to church anymore are like, we don't talk to. So it's the same thing with the bar. It's not just that you guys don't stop drinking, but
I just think it depends like on who the person is and cómo es la relación, la verdad, porque, because my high school friends, like we have like, they live over there and I live here, and we still have like that same connection, same
Bond.
bullying bond, whatever you want to call it. So it really depends like on the relationship, and like if you're willing to like seek or keep seeking that like relationship, or
so you think that maybe at the time, like if there are people that, regardless of where we met them, drinking or at church, which are two different, like really opposite things, you think that a relationship in either of those settings would have survived had it been like a genuine one? Had it been something that was worth fighting for?
Yeah, it would have.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, it really depends like on the people, the person, and if you want to see, and if like one person wants to, it only takes one person to keep having that relationship strong, and
At first, right?
at first, yeah.
At first.
And so like if like the bar or church was the only thing that was keeping you guys together, and none of you after like that stops, then like obviously it's gonna dry.
It's going to die down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it really depends on the person.
All right. Everyone pause. Can you put it on pause? You don't have to pause anything here.
No.
And then you stopped it, right? Start it again. Is it recording?
Wait, you need to check your...
You need to charge it? Okay. All right. Ready? We're going to go back in. Hold on. I was going to say something. I forgot. Hold on. Let me think. I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So what about the friends that we make in high school? Because, do any of you guys still talk to anyone from high school? Let's start there.
I do.
Sometimes.
I would say like one or two.
I don't talk to anyone from high school, you guys.
But then you went to different high school, no?
Yeah, I went to. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. I do talk to someone from high school. There's one friend that I hang out with, and then by association, I see other friends from high school because I hang out with her. But they're all so invested in their like adult life that we just don't try anymore. And I did go to 2 different high schools, but I think I had like the potential of making good friends there, but I didn't nurture those friendships after. I was kind of over them.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. It's okay
Yeah.
to let go of some friendships. And I'm not saying that I regret it. It's just something that I do look back on and I'm like, did I end that too drastically, or was I just really over it and it's okay to be over it? I don't know.
It's okay to be over it.
Yeah.
You're just too supportive.
No, I'm just saying the truth, because I have friend, or I used to have friend of high schools that I'm not as close, but they're like just, I know them, and
That's
I
it.
know and that's it. And but the difference is that like if I get on the phone with them, or if I see them, like we'll click, right? But like I said before, like it just takes 2 people or one person to like pursue that friendship, and it's just
I see what you're saying, but the one friend that I'm telling you guys about that I still talk to, my relationship with her is like that. Like we won't talk forever, and then we'll like text each other again, and we'll click again. But that's one person. Everybody else, if you put me in a room with like anybody who isn't her from high school that I could have been like friends with, like that I would call my best friend in high school, I don't care who it is, I'm gonna feel uncomfortable because
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
yeah, like I just don't think I can. Like once I let go of that, it's what I'm saying is that that girl is rare. That one friend of mine.
well, yeah, I can I can say the same. It's rare.
It's really rare.
Because like I'm thinking of just one guy, and if I talk, like I went to Colombia and I talked to him as normal, but he's just crazy. So
I need to know who this is. We'll talk later. But yeah, so do you talk to people from high school, Chris?
I would say like one or two, honestly. But I did have the thing is that with me in my high school, I had my group of friends. I would say like 4 or 5. But the others that I would talk to, I would consider them as acquaintances, not as friends. Now, from those group of friends, it came down to, like I said, 1 or 2. So, yeah, and the thing with high school is like a vapor. It just...
Yes, that's such a good, like it literally just evaporates.
Exactly, yes.
You graduate and everything like sprinkles out. No, that's so
exactly, yeah.
The last day that I spoke to a lot of people that I went to high school with was my graduation.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, you look so pretty. And then never saw them again. That's it. And I wanted it that way though. This sounds so mean, but I walked into my senior year graduation into like that room where they hold us all before we walk.
Oh, okay.
Knowing that I was never going to talk to anybody ever again. I was so over it.
you could have just said whatever was in your mind.
No. No, because I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like going off on anyone, but I just knew that I wasn't going to talk to anybody again.
I would.
You would be like, and your breath stinks. It's been stinky since freshman year. And you never match your clothes. And you're always stealing my food.
For real.
Nah. No.
With the teachers.
Dang.
Ooh. Yeah, we're not going to talk about teachers in this episode because I have a lot to say. What do you guys think is one of the biggest barriers as an adult to make friends? For example, the lack of social gatherings. Obviously, like Randy was saying, when you're in high school, every semester you switch classes. So maybe you have some of the same people with you, but it's always new. Most of the time it's new people, sometimes a new teacher, or for your electives. So you're kind of forced to make new friends when you switch grades.
And there's clubs that you can join.
Oh, yeah. And
Clubs,
sports.
after school activities.
And now we don't have that. That's an example of a barrier.
Yeah.
What do you guys
That's
think is
true.
another barrier?
I think the easiest one is probably just time. Like time constraints. Like we work now, we have
Oh, yeah. That's
responsibilities. So we
But-
don't have as much time as we used to put into our social.
Randy's about to rebuttal.
Okay, well,
Are you?
Yeah, well, I think that it was, like if you don't, si no le sacas tiempo, it's because you don't want to.
That's true.
No, literally, because who was saying the other day we were with 2 of my friends and we were talking about how my friend Vero never answers the phone when I need her when I'm in a crisis. And I'm just like, just respond. And then she's like, oh, it's because I was busy. And then Randy's like, well, make time. He's like, well, make time. What about when you're going through something? Julissa always answers, make time.
For real.
And he was so serious. And I was like, can you relax? She's just a girl.
No, but I get what Abraham is saying. And like, but I'm just gonna throw out you can always
I guess
make
there's
time.
different situations because like
Yeah.
maybe you have time.
Yeah.
But like let's say someone who's like has to work 2 jobs
Right, exactly.
and then has school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like there's just it's just one barrier. There's obviously a lot of barriers that
And sometimes it seems like there's no time because of the shift.
Yeah.
For example, when Abraham and I were growing up together, we saw each other every day in the summer because we'd practice music. And then we'd go to high school or to school, whatever it was, and we wouldn't see each other again, but we'd see each other Thursdays. We would practice twice a week, actually, back in the day. Maybe like Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's why you guys are
Wait.
so good.
Whatever, way back then. And then again, all day Sundays.
Yeah.
But then, like, we definitely felt that shift that where we all stopped hanging out when we went to college. Like I never, and I stopped. It used to be me, Vicky, and Abraham. Even after college, we worked at the grocery store together. And then one day, I start working at the bank.
Yeah.
Vicky starts working at a dental office. Abraham stays, and we never see each other. Only on Sundays. So it's not that we. I guess that time shift is true. You.
We did a time show. It's like limited opportunities.
Yeah. Because
To hang out.
the times that we hung out when we were younger, it wasn't because we were making time for each other. It's because we were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And like when we all go our separate ways and do different things, now we're doing them with other people, but we're still, yeah. So it's not, because when we were younger, I wasn't like, Mom, take me to Abraham's house so we can hang out. And I was like, we had to go to practice and we saw each other all the time. And as an adult, you have to actively find the time, like literally plan things ahead, like a month in advance. It's like, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. And we're in the middle of May. And it's like, yeah, I think July's looking pretty open for me.
And then sending a confirmation. Please confirm if you're.
Yeah, literally.
And then you get food poisoning, you have to cancel.
Dang.
Bruh.
That's bogus.
And then you're like, my baby's being annoying today. I can't come over.
Wait, who's that?
No, I'm just talking
That's
about
an example.
no a future.
I was throwing
us.
shots at someone specific.
Yeah, I'm Vicky.
If you know, you know.
And then
That's
letting the spouse take the fire.
For real.
Dude,
The heck is that?
don't even act like that's not what our life is gonna be like. You already
Be
know.
like, I'm gonna be like, Julissa told me.
To tell you that she is not
It's
gonna.
like when you tell your sibling to tell your parents something.
Yeah.
And they were like, just tell her it's for you. And he's like, Abraham dijo que si le compras una pizza.
No, it's not your siblings. It's your friends, and your friends come over.
Yeah.
Like let's
Oh,
say, I went,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, Randy, are you hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. Mom, Randy's hungry.
Yeah, that's so embarrassing.
That's good.
It's so embarrassing. No, I'm so shy to eat at when I was younger and I'd go to a friend's house. I wouldn't eat. I would be so shy to be like, do you guys have a snack?
I think it's the opposite for me. Like when I was a kid, it was easy. Not like as an adult, it's like, no, I'm good.
I think you know what? I think that's why I'm always overbearing with you guys whenever you're like, whenever you guys come over and I'm like, are you thirsty? Do you want a snack? Because as a young person, I wish that I had someone constantly like telling me,
Yeah.
ofreciéndome, so that I wouldn't sit there looking hungry. And so I want to give people multiple opportunities to say yes, like I want something, and then that's might be why I ask you like 3 times, because I'm like, maybe the first time they were too shy, but then by the third time they'll be more comfortable to say, all right, I'll have an Oreo.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's yeah, I just try to overcompensate. But so actually after this podcast I'm going to offer you guys a couple things.
Yeah, because I'm hungry.
Bruh, when are you not hungry?
I'm with Randy. Anything with food, I'm down for.
Even at 11?
Yeah,
Yeah.
even
Hell yeah.
Why
The-
not?
Con más razón.
What do you
Time
mean? I
doesn't
can't fall
matter.
asleep like if I just ate
Really?
like this late. Yeah,
Dang.
Abraham
I
has
just sit there.
when we were younger, you used to hate eating breakfast.
I still it makes me like all like gaggy, if that's a word.
What the?
Dang. That's kind of
Like I feel like I want to throw up just thinking about breakfast.
yeah, that's bogus.
Whenever I feel too nauseous to eat in the morning, I think of you.
Yeah.
Because ever since we were younger, we'd wake up like on our vacations that we'd take together. We'd wake up and like we'd make ourselves a PB&J, and Abraham's like, bro, and we'd be like, Abraham, eat. No, bro, I'm gonna throw up. Like it's too early.
It is too early.
So you can't eat too
like
early.
breakfast is like, what time do you guys eat breakfast?
10.
9, 10.
Really? That's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Or well, for me, I'm not a
So
big.
many
I'm
people
not a,
be waking up. Sorry, Chris.
I'm not. No,
yeah.
you're good. I'm not a big breakfast person. But if I were to eat breakfast, I would say like around brunch time, like 11.
So like it's
Around there.
lunch.
Yeah.
Because people be waking up at 7 and like eating breakfast.
Yeah, that's
not for
wrong.
me.
No,
too
no.
early.
It's too early.
No, if
It's
you're
just-
waking up at 7 and eating like a full breakfast, no. I think that like the most that I could do is a granola bar
Yeah.
and water.
Something like
It's just breakfast is supposed to be small. It's not supposed to be a whole freaking pancake, huevo, que chorizo, que bacon, bro.
That's an American thing.
Por eso.
Yeah.
And where are we at? In
No,
America.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like Randy, in Colombia when we visited, they have a small breakfast, which is maybe like a little egg.
Yeah.
And a coffee?
Yeah, egg con café y un pan.
Yeah, and bun. And then the heaviest meal that you have is lunchtime, which is at 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then nobody makes dinner in Colombia. Like you either eat a little bit of what was for lunch or an empanada or something. Like this is why Americans are the way that we are, because
That's true.
we eat our dinner so late.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And our
huge
portions are just huge.
They're
enormous.
You know, this is the first. Like this is the first. Like you get what appetizer, then
Yep.
you get your starter meal,
Yep.
then you get like a soup or a salad,
Or a super salad.
and then the dessert,
and then dessert.
Oh yeah.
and then the second dessert.
And that's just one meal. That's just the dinner.
Yes.
And then you still had lunch and breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And then the cool thing about food, like having your meals in Colombia, is that every time that you're going to have lunch, it's mostly home cooked. So the lunchtime, I think, is long enough for people to go home and eat a home cooked meal, or someone in your family cooked, and like they all gather there. And I mean extended family.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you guys are invited to Colombia whenever you want.
Well, whenever we go. No,
What part
because
of Colombia are you from?
Cali.
I act like I know where that is.
no, it's like a tiny.
Like, is it in there or is it like
It's
like
pretty
it's in
small.
the middle?
Yeah, it's in the middle. It's the only place that where it's flat.
Oh,
The rest is mountains, mountains, and mountains.
Sounds nice. Actually.
It is nice. The only thing I didn't like about being in Colombia is the smell of emission.
Pollution.
The pollution. Oh my god, it's horrible.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Why though?
Because
there a
people
lot of
drive
people?
yeah, and they drive like maniacs and like queman llanta and it just smells like that.
Sí, come on, cut.
Sí, quema.
Sí, quema.
That's because they don't have like regulations, do they?
No.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the only downfall.
Yeah, that's the only downfall. I literally love everything about Colombia.
It looks nice.
I like all the things that I think Randy hates, I like.
Like what?
Like the fact that there's no AC. I like that.
I would hate that too. Actually.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
horrible.
no.
Like I hate being hot.
Yeah, and then
And then like if it's humid, that's even worse.
No, I feel like I can fall asleep really yummy if I'm
Ew.
suffocating. And that-
yeah.
Thank you.
Not me.
We'll just keep filming here. Ow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, wait, sorry. What were we saying? I got distracted
About
with the camera.
humid.
What?
About being humid.
Oh, humid.
Because
It
you're all
is.
sticky.
Yeah, that.
Eso sí.
That's why Mario has to go shower, remember?
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
why he was
God.
late.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing is that also in Colombia, the water is freezing. Every single shower you take is going to be freaking cold.
But if it's hot though, it's like you're chilling. It feels nice.
But
Yeah.
not if you're waking up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.
Yeah, and
Well, I
then
guess that'll wake you right up, you know?
no, and then
Don't need
Yeah,
no
it
coffee.
feels good. It feels good.
no, and then Colombians shower twice a day. They shower in the morning and at night because of the humidity. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I liked it.
respect that.
Tres veces al día.
No, no te salgas.
One after breakfast, one after lunch, one after dinner.
Exactly.
No, seriously, they're ridiculous.
Only if you're rich, you get hot water.
Damn.
Yeah, the 1% in Colombia.
Why is that though? Like,
Well, I'm just kidding.
is
Like,
like a water heater expensive over there?
yeah, they can be expensive, and not everybody can afford that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's also like a lifestyle at this point. Even if you could afford it, it's like
Yeah,
it's
it's a
just a
lifestyle.
cold shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do get used to it. I mean, it's never going to be freezing over there where you're going to be like, oh my God, I dread my cold shower today. No, like you're going to want it.
Yeah.
Now the AC is important.
See,
It's the same.
but they have units. So when,
I
like,
was gonna say something random, but I was talking to my sister today, and it was like crazy thing to think about how like there's parts of the world that like don't know what an email is, because like my sister's trying to get some papers like emailed over here, like her like important stuff, and like she's like, oh, can you send me through an email? And then one of my cousins was like, well, what is that? Like they don't know what that stuff is,
whoa.
and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I kind of wish that I lived in a world where I didn't know what technology was.
Yeah.
It was a good
It was
time.
simpler.
Yeah.
I mean, we had like TV and stuff, but nothing like what we're doing right now.
No, we had TV, but if we were with each other, we would not be sitting here watching
Oh, no.
TV.
Yeah, I bet you we would be like outside
Yeah, we'd be
Just-
chilling out there playing.
Yeah.
at the park.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed my childhood like that.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah. Me
it's
too.
the best way to live it.
Yeah, I was a crazy little guy, little squinkly.
Now you're a crazy big guy.
Yeah.
I genuinely think our generation was the cutoff of like an outdoors childhood.
Yeah,
For
like
real.
like
Yeah.
you know when it's time to go in when the street lights come on.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, ya es bien tarde, ya métete.
Yeah.
It feels like it was much safer back then.
It was.
And now you think about like I think about my nephews being out there, like bro, something's gonna happen to them.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
we gotta like have an eye on them at all times.
Dude,
People are crazy these days.
they are. Like you can't even trust your neighbors. So
You
like,
guys want to know something creepy?
yes.
When I was like in when I was starting middle school, we lived like lived on in a street, like a big street on Ohio, like near Ohio, and like one day, like my brother Danny, he would be like outside all the time, like just doing kid stuff, and then one day my mom, she went to get the mail, and there was like a big envelope with like a bunch of pictures of my brother, like just like holding the cat or like on our porch and stuff.
What?
I thought it was like super creepy. Like we never found out who did it.
Oh hell! I would have called the cops that
I
second.
mean, I'm pretty sure they did, but like it was just I was a kid too, so I don't
Someone
know.
was collecting photos of your brother.
Yeah, like
just
it was a
taking-
bunch. Like, but they're all like in the front, so like they never followed him like when he was in the backyard and stuff. But like he was like just sitting there. I remember one picture. He was like just sitting in the porch on the stairs holding like her cat. It was so
that's
weird,
crazy.
and it was like black and white too.
What the heck?
So that's creepy.
Have you ever asked your brother if he's okay from that?
No, he was okay. I mean, like he was never like I was always outside with him or something.
Bro,
Like
what?
but you know how there's like people now they're like, oh, can I take pictures of you?
Heck
Just
no.
because, but like that's kind of weird, like not to ask permission.
They did that to me in when I was in New York for Vicky's bachelorette.
Yeah,
It was me, Vicky, Cory, and Lala. And this guy wanted to take pictures of us. And I was like, yeah. Corina got so mad at me. She was like, don't do that again. And like now in hindsight, I'm like, what the hell was I doing? I was just trying not to be mean. But sometimes I'm more afraid of saying no and like getting aggressive, like someone getting aggressive than just be like, yeah, take the picture. But it was a stranger just with a camera.
Yeah.
like he wasn't doing it to other people.
No,
So he just wanted a picture of you,
it wasn't just me. It
or
was
did
all
like
of
oh
us.
he had to pay me now?
No, it wasn't one of those.
Oh.
I don't know. It was creepy, but
That is creepy.
people are really weird.
Yeah,
That is very creepy.
All right.
for real.
Well, now that we're talking about creepy people,
That is not a good segue.
so what would you say as advice to someone who is an adult and having a hard time making friends?
I'd say find something you enjoy, and see if there's not like a club, but like somewhere where people that are into that thing, hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically, I just feel like nowadays, I guess the easiest way to find friends as an adult is just basically looking for a group or, just specific people that fits within your hobbies and interests. I guess that's one way to make friends. The easiest way, just to find a connection through your hobbies, if that makes sense.
Yeah, common interests, which is something that we talked about on the first episode. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it. It's live.
When they exclude me.
Oh my gosh.
Ah.
It's never exclude. Now you're just included.
Ah.
Anyway, any advice? Booty hurt?
No, but yeah, you guys said it. Like, you just have to find something that is like
A common interest.
common interests, hobbies, whatever you want to do. Just like get out there
Yeah.
and
Well,
not be that in introvert.
don't be that introverted. I don't think people can try. I think it's just a fact when
yeah.
someone's like introverted.
Yeah, never mind. That was dumb to say.
No, it wasn't dumb.
No.
I think my biggest advice is going to be just talk to everybody, everywhere. Make
That
friends.
don't apply to everyone though.
No, okay.
See,
If you are somebody who can talk to everybody, well, because you guys are giving advice to people that I think are more introverted, right? Like you have to get yourself out there. Maybe if you're having I don't know. For an introvert, I don't know how I would approach it.
I would say, well, say what you're gonna say.
I guess my advice is more for an extrovert. I think an extrovert sometimes could have a hard time having friends because they do talk to everyone, but not all the conversations are meaningful. So for me, it's just like make those conversations a little more meaningful. Once you feel like a real click, it's okay to ask people for their phone number as an adult.
Yeah.
Especially if it's girl and girl. I think, I don't know. I would.
Just get to social media.
Okay. Do you think it's safer?
Yeah, like it's not as personal.
Okay,
Maybe.
fine.
I guess it depends on the person.
Well, if you don't like it, you can block them.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
always a solution.
Bro.
you don't have to deal with it ever again.
For real.
But you can block their phone number too.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, because
That's
on
true.
social media, it's like now they know your name, so you block them on Instagram, they find you on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, let me tell you why. I actually have a story. I've been taking El Hermano Delgadillo, which is my great grandfather, to his doctor's appointments. And he was getting an echocardiogram, and the person who was performing the echocardiogram and I were having a great conversation. After that conversation, they asked me for my phone number, and I was so happy that they asked for it because we had such a great conversation that I was like, I'm glad I didn't have to ask because it's a professional setting. You're at a doctor's. I wouldn't ask them for their phone number. So the fact that they made the first move was great. Let's just say that those conversations through text message went so weird, so fast that I was like, bro, I really thought I read people well. No, I don't. Like I attract very creepy people, and I need to stop. I need to stop talking to people because then I get myself in those situations. It got to the point where they were sending me messages like we were talking about not even that deep of personal things, just like, we have to give people a chance in our lives and give ourselves a chance. And, you know, if you have dreams, you're never too old to accomplish them, things like that. And I was telling them like, I don't like people that like, don't believe in you or they don't listen to you when you're trying to express yourself. And then one day I forgot to text them back for hours because I don't have to text you back every 3 minutes. We are adults. And they texted me saying, it turns out that you're just like the people that you talked badly of. And like they sent me a whole paragraph, and because I forgot to respond one time, sorry for stealing your time. I guess I was wrong in assuming that we could be friends and blah blah. And I was like,
That's so weird.
something had happened that day. Oh, I think that I don't know, something was happening. Let's say I had a headache, I don't remember. And I told them, I'm sorry I wasn't able to respond. Like I've been very sick all day. And then I blocked them because I was like, I am not dealing with this. I'm not even going to give them a chance to apologize to me when they realize how evil they were for saying that. But bro, they were like, you turned out to be just like the bad people that you were complaining about. Because I didn't answer you for 3 hours. And let me tell you guys, this person was at least 45 years old.
Interesting.
So it's not like it was a young person who was being butthurt. They were at least 45 years old working at a hospital. I don't know what degree.
Maybe you were the only person they talked to. Ever think about that?
No, because
You're their only friend.
now
And you
now
take
they don't
3
have.
hours to respond.
Bro, if I'm the only friend of a 45-year-old that says that that's a them problem, and how are you gonna? Let's say that that's
weird.
true. If I was their only friend, don't you think that you'd take care of that only friend? Like, if anything, he should be kissing my butt, not telling me that I'm
For
just like
real.
everybody else. No, I was like, black?
That's funny.
No. I was so offended and creeped out. And that's when I realized that sometimes I need to shut up and not make people feel so uncomfortable because obviously I made them feel very comfortable with me because I felt very comfortable with them. And then that happened. Oh my gosh, I was so thankful after that conversation that I never shared my last name with this person.
Oh.
So that's another one of the, I guess we segued. I wouldn't want to share my social media right away. I'd rather have my phone number because I can block that.
makes sense.
If I give you my last name, like that person could have had my phone number, my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok. Like I'm not going to delete all those things just to get away from a person.
Well, you like them on all those things.
Bro, do you know how many random pages go on to see my things? I don't like that. And that's why Randy's like,
but I
don't
guess you
share-
like post like stuff like that. Like for me, I would rather just give them my Instagram or something. Like I don't post on there.
That's true. For Instagram, yours is mainly communications. Mine's like, it's like an archive
Yeah.
of like
See, so-
my life. I feel like you just know a lot about me if you're on. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. You can't know a lot about me just because of my social media. I don't know. I just find it a little bit too. I just don't want them to know my full name. I left that situation that lasted like 4 days and he doesn't know my name.
That's good.
Yeah. So you know what? I should not be giving any advice. You guys give me
That's true.
advice.
No,
What are we talking about?
Advice on
Oh.
how to make friends, and I was like,
I had one, but what was it? Go ahead, Gers.
well, I was just gonna say that. Well, out of this friend group, I feel like that you are the most outgoing, talkative. Like you literally talk to everyone.
soy bocona, but it's not a good thing because look at where it got me. And it was like a month ago.
Oh, this was recent?
Yes. Super recent.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. Like even if that person would have asked, I'm like, yeah, no, that's pretty creepy.
You would have said that to them?
No, not to
Oh.
them. In my mind, I'd be like, yeah, no, maybe not.
I think you'd be the only person like befriend someone like that. Like I would not make conversation with a freaking someone at the doctor's office. That's a you thing.
You say, yeah, only you would do that. Like,
Well,
I
it's
wouldn't
'cause-
do that.
Bro, it's because at that point, like, we were already going to be there for like half an hour. What are we going to do? Sit there and stare at each other? That's even creepier.
I literally do that.
And I found it so disrespectful to just be on my phone while they're talking to me.
Oh,
You know what? It was kind of like with adults now. Adults that never grew up with phones. I feel like we tend to be on our phone a lot when they're talking to us, and I catch myself sometimes. But with a stranger, I just feel like, at least that day, that person really needed conversation. So I was on my phone, and then they kept trying to talk to me. So I actively put it down, got into the conversation, and I think they noticed all of that and felt very inviting. Like they felt that I was very inviting, but it bit me in the butt because they roasted me in the process. So it's not a good thing. But yeah, I probably am the only person that would do that. Oops.
you definitely are.
Sorry.
I think one of the things that I had wrote down about like making it easier on you
Share.
is like I had said before, like meeting like your friends,
Oh yeah.
like meeting the friends of your friends.
Eso sí. But you have to be good at bringing friends around.
Yeah,
Because that's one thing that I will say that I'm very happy with, that all of my friends from every direction, from college, if I have any high school friends left over, church, randoms, I like to bring them all together.
Yeah.
But not everyone's like that.
that's I mean, I guess you want to separate
Your lives.
yeah.
I know one friend of mine who like never, ever let me be around their new friends. Never.
Dang.
And they were like,
Damn.
and then I would see them in public and I'd say hi to them and I would know their friends because just by association.
Yeah.
And I'd say hi to my main friend and then, hey, like, how are you guys? And then this person would be like, okay, leave. And they would tell me like they didn't want me around. And I never understood him for that. Like he never wanted me to be around his other friends. And he's
Who
like,
is
bro,
that?
it's just awkward. It's awkward to like
Is that
put.
who I think it is?
Yes, it is.
The one who does it to this day.
Yes. And I'm like, why? I don't get it. He never wanted us around. Like, he never wanted to mix us with anyone else. Dude, not even his family. He had family here and cousins here. And he never introduced us. Ever.
I wonder why he did that.
Well, to me, when
Maybe
we
it was
were-
like to protect you. Maybe no.
when we were younger, he told me that it was because he didn't want to share us, which is understandable. Like, I feel like we were all, I mean, our friend group was tiny when how we were saying earlier. It was 4 of us. And now I can't even say names because it'll expose. It was 4 of us. So he just wanted it to always be us 4. But as
I feel
adults,
that.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But like as adults, when he wasn't even around us anymore,
Yeah.
like,
Still did it.
yeah, like why? I don't know. So as you were
Yeah.
saying, it is the best way to meet friends is to bring your other friends around.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we'll start making friends with Crystal and Kevin because Vicky started bringing Crystal around more.
Right.
And the same way that you guys are friends with Randy.
But I think it's just easier that way because like if I'm friends with you, she obviously likes these people for a reason, so maybe
Right.
I'll like them too because
We trust each other
Yeah.
to bring good people around. Eso sí.
Yeah, I think what's pretty cool about our group is that like it doesn't feel awkward when a new person comes in. It feels a little bit intimidating because like I don't know what to talk to them. But as we get it going, like it just feels natural, like organic.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel awkward, and then it's crazy how they connect so fast when another person comes in or another person. Like it doesn't feel as awkward, and when they come visit again, it's like, oh hey guys, haven't seen you like in a long time. What's up?
Yeah.
Even though we've barely met them like once, but we still. It feels like they're more family than friends.
I think what our friend group is really, even though there's like a couple introverts in there, there's quieter people, louder people, collectively, we do a pretty good job at making people feel welcome.
Right.
Even if like you're the quiet one, I just feel like everyone makes someone feel welcome. That's probably why it works out. But yeah, we could probably end there. Let's talk about, we have one random question to end today's segment. Now that we've talked about this was a jambalaya of topics today, you guys.
I'm going all over the place.
Yeah, but let's make it one more. Randy has a
Randy.
random question for us today.
So the question is, if you had a chance to be an animal, which animal
What
would
in
you
the
be
world?
and why?
She said, "What in the world?" We like to end. Okay, well, while you guys think about it, we like to end all of our episodes with a random question, just off
okay.
topic. Today was completely off topic. Everything. So this just kind of fits into that. But yeah, Randy had the question for today, and we'll be ending the segment talking about what animal we would be and why. And since you're asking, go ahead, take it away, buddy.
Yo? Me? Dang. I would be a panda.
I do see random random.
That's so cute.
Why? Because they're dumb.
Really clumsy.
They're clumsy. There you go.
They're so cute, and they just roll
But they'd be
around.
just chilling though.
Yeah.
It would be nice. All they eat is like, what do they eat? Bamboo?
Yeah.
And just
All they
chill.
eat-
Carrots.
They eat and they get taken care of
For
by the
real.
Chinese.
Oh, for real.
That's what you want. You just want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
You're so cute.
That does fit them.
Yeah, we accept. We have sealed you.
Dang.
Oh, you just have to agree.
Well, no, I think we can.
Just kidding.
Like, let's say that you pick an animal, and I'm like, no, you're more like this.
What? That's not the question. The question is what animal would you like to be?
Yeah, but then I want to give my input. Who's next?
Not
Because
me.
I'm still thinking.
I'm still thinking.
Chris?
Name an animal.
Okay, I guess I'll go. I don't know. I think it would be like either a dolphin or those killer whale shamu type. Because the reason why, because like they're in the ocean, they know how to swim. I'm not a good swimmer, so that's for one. And then they have these like they could explore wherever they want to go. And then I don't know. They just seem like, I guess, majestic and peaceful. So
Well, I don't know about a killer whale being peaceful, but they are majestic, I will say.
yeah.
I mean,
then-
dolphins are kind of.
Dolphins are
too.
cool.
They're cute and they're smart.
Exactly. That's another reason why, because they're pretty intelligent. So.
Yeah,
That's cute.
that's nice.
I feel like when I think of you, I can see you as a killer whale, even though people wouldn't expect it. But your personality is more dolphin.
Yeah, that's why I would say you're either one of those two.
These are the new horoscopes, the animals.
The sea creatures.
Yeah, sea creatures. Actually, the Chinese horoscope is like that. Depending on the year that you were born.
I'm a dog.
I'm a rat.
Like the year of the dog or something.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting off topic too much. Abraham, what animal would you be and why?
Probably like a bird.
To
Like
fly.
That's
Or
cute.
like an eagle or something.
Mm.
Falcon.
That's cute.
I wasn't expecting it. That was pretty.
Why though?
good.
Why? They get to fly, you know? Just chill.
Just poop on everyone's cars.
For real.
They keep the car washes in business.
Yeah, like crows. No, crows can they'll target you if you're mean to them.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'll target you,
Oh,
and then they'll tell their friends too. They're like, "Yo, let's go poop on this guy," and then they'll go for real. And then they'll pass down from generation to generation.
What?
What?
Yeah,
So you get cursed by a crow?
yeah.
I guess
I
that's
don't know
why
if it's a
crows
crow or
are
a
not.
raven, but like they'll oh, we hate
What
that
the
guy.
heck?
What
Look
the?
it up. It's a real thing.
Getting cursed by crows.
That's
is
why
a-
their thing is called a gang.
What?
Dang.
What?
Gotta
Interesting.
look that up.
You learned something today.
The more you know.
The more you know. All right, Julissa.
Bro, I still can't think of one.
Really?
Okay, let's think. I think I would be a bird as well, but I wouldn't be like one of those fancy birds. I would just be like a blue jay, just
A
something.
mockingjay.
A mockingbird. A mockingjay, is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Or just
As
a.
long as you're not a parrot.
From
then
the
we'll be
from the
fine.
Oh my
hunger
Uno
God.
que hable.
But that would actually be more fitting for me.
You know what? Yeah, I would see Julius as parrot because she's like so talkative.
Bro, that's it. They're annoying. Randy's like, I used to have a
They're kind of
parrot.
creepy.
They are.
Like you just hear
Parrots
them
are cool.
talk.
I mean,
Wait, are
you want a
parrots?
cracker?
Which one of those that talk? Parrots?
Parrots, yeah.
Yeah.
La cacatúa también habla.
That's weird.
There's several
Think about
that
it.
talk.
No, just the birds that are outside. I don't even. I
Like
don't
a
even.
normal everyday bird.
So
A normal everyday
pigeon?
bird.
A
You
red
would be
robin.
You would be a pigeon?
There's not a pigeon,
That'd be
I'm
pigeons
just
out there.
playing.
What about
but not the everyday. Not the ones that are like on the
Like
wires.
the little ones.
Yeah, the little ones. I'd just be one of those birds.
Oh.
what about a penguin?
Penguins are,
Bro, penguins are
penguins
like.
are weird.
They're so
No, they're
yeah,
so
dude, they're
cute.
just like giant birds.
They're
Like,
Exactly.
you
They're
can't
so-
fly. Like, what are
they're
you
so
doing?
Cute, and then how they
Get
waddle.
it together.
They're so.
Remember, I had to do a research paper on the emperor penguins one time.
Oh,
Those are
those
bro.
my-
Those are huge.
Those are my favorite penguins. They're
Yeah, those things are
so
gigantic
cute.
for no reason. And then they get caught by like seals and stuff.
Bruh. Anyway, we gotta end it there because Abraham's just coming at us with all these random facts as if this podcast wasn't crazy enough.
for real.
For real.
Yeah, that's gonna end our segment, you guys. So first of all, thank you, Randy, and thank you, Chris, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Of course.
I hope it's not the last time.
No.
Whenever you guys want, we'll just pop up out of nowhere.
I'll be back.
Thank you guys for joining us, Abraham. Thank you for being here once again.
Yeah.
Let's see how long we can keep this going and not be the ones to call in sick. Let's see who's gonna be the what do you call it? The Lone Star?
For real.
Gonna keep in a what's it called?
A point list?
No, when you go to school every day, you get an award.
Attendance?
Oh,
yeah,
Attendance.
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Vicky already
She already
perdió
missed
una,
one.
perdió una estrellita.
No golden star for me.
The SpongeBob, the golden noodle? That episode.
Yeah, she's not getting hurt. She's not gonna be the golden noodle. Abraham,
I don't know
you,
what that is.
well,
She's gonna be the black sheep.
now that was
No,
just
no,
messed up.
You can never.
No, not even if she tried.
For real.
Take it back right now before we end this podcast.
Guebo.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for all of the listeners who are out there following us. We are officially on Apple Podcast, and what's the other
Spotify.
streaming?
Spotify.
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcast, and on YouTube. So follow us at Usually Best of Friends, and we'll see you guys in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.